There's been not only water penetration through the carpet, but also on the subfloor. We do need to replace this subfloor area as well. In order to make sure Mr. Kennedy's house is back to its original state. We are currently in Mr. Kennedy's restroom. As we can see that there was some areas that weren't documented in an initial inspection. You can see here from the water stain coming down from all this window trim, coming down up to the baseboard. See, there's a water stain. That was also not taken into consideration. So this panel, which measures 6 by 8, also does need to be removed, and as well with the window trim around that window when removing this panel, as well as the insulation potentially is affected there, and obviously the baseboard. Looks like maybe the floor as well, but we wouldn't know until we start digging into all that. This is bedroom number 2, where you can see all those water stains coming in from those panels that has a water stain. So on the scope, there is open coverage on painting the ceiling, but obviously we need to change the panels, not paint it. You can also see some water stains on those panels over there. You can also see some water that came in through here and affected those panels. So we do need all these panels switched on bedroom number 2 as well. Another issue that you can feel on this floor is how it's sinking in. So the subfloor is affected here too. And all due to the water that came in. But yes, so there is quite a bit of more work that needs. Guys, we're currently in the closet of Mr. Kennedy. You can actually feel that this sheetrock is actually too soft to just put kills and paint. Meaning whenever we remove the walls, we are also going to have to remove the baseboard and the shoe molding. A lot of the times we can actually salvage that when removing. It does get broken. And I know the floor was approved for painting and stain, but this needs to actually be replaced. You can actually see that the water penetration made the floor start lifting up. So this floor on this closet does need to be replaced, but I do like to notate that the floor is continuous to the whole rest of the bedroom. Hey, my name is George with Alarcon Contractors. We are working on being able to start executing and doing the work for Mr. Kennedy's interior off of 204 North Bartow Street. I'm going to start going over all the estimates. So in case you have any questions, y'all could watch these videos to better explain the estimates that I sent out. This is bedroom number 1 that I'm starting out with. In bedroom number 1, you can actually start already seeing some water penetrations on the subfloor. I'll have a separate video showing more in detail the water damage the subfloor did suffer. Meaning whenever we do remove that subfloor, I felt about 2 pieces that did need to be replaced. This subfloor was actually right by the door jamb. So that door jamb around this area needs to be removed, potentially removed as well. When removing that subfloor, carpets need to be removed, and well, the panels had already gotten approved, so the wall panels do need to be removed. It is going to be removed. Panels were already part of the job description. A few things I would like to mention about the panels is the wallpaper. We do need to as well put up the wallpaper back up for Mr. Kennedy. So I did add that to the estimate. Wallpaper
the wallpaper itself and material and the installation. I also added, there was a few on the suspended ceilings. There's a few panels that had been approved previously, or just the tiles itself. I did need to go ahead and add the actual full system. Reason why is because if you pay attention to where the panels are at, the panels are actually behind the system, meaning whenever these panels are removed, these systems, the whole suspended ceiling system does need to be removed. Not only that, but there is some water stains on that as well. And I included that in the estimate. Of course, all the manipulation of, we'll go over that, but right now we're going to go over estimate 1, which in estimate 1, I did not include the manipulation of furniture and everything. I included more of the materials and stuff that needed to be done. So first of all, man, we did go ahead and obviously we are going to need the carpet removed. So I went ahead and include the carpet removal and padding and nail strips that all need to be removed. Not just the carpet, but the padding needs to be removed as well. And so does the nail strips. Wall panel removals. All those exterior walls. Now, the exterior wall insulation. Now, just to clarify, the pricing on the exterior wall insulation removal, it is crucial that we have our guys completely dressed for the occasion, wearing hazmat suits. When they're wearing hazmat suits, in order to protect themselves from all the fiberglass, whenever we're dealing with the old insulation, and all the fiberglasses, all the particles get into the air, can easily get into the guy's skin, lungs too. So that does explain the pricing on the removal of the insulation. Of course, the demo of the suspended ceilings I'd mentioned, subfloor removal of crown moldings, baseboard, the window trims. So another thing I'd like to mention is whenever we remove those panels, window trim and door trim needs to go too. So that's the explanation of the window trim removal. So a lot of things need to come down whenever removing those panels. A lot of this is the material that's going to be needed now. We broke it down to. This is all material for carpet. The outlets also need to be removed with some of this paneling. Not only that, but I did see some water stains on some of the outlets. And now we're getting back to the labor. This is all actually the install price, the install pricing. I did forget some of the minor things, and I went back to material here, painter's tape, the paper, whenever we're actually painting the door jambs and the baseboard and the crown molding again. Whenever removing the subfloor, the air return also needs to be removed, so we did go ahead and include that. But this pretty much explains estimation number 1. I did mention a lot of the things that I'd said in the video as well into the notes. Another thing I brought up was we can't really buy carpet by the square footage. We need to buy it by the roll. So whenever we're doing the carpet, we do need to actually buy a roll for that. But that pretty much describes estimate number 1. Next, I will be going over estimate number 2. Hey guys, we're currently going over estimation number 2, which was for the bathroom. For the bathroom, I had mentioned it earlier into the video, was the subfloor. I could feel some subfloor that was affected right underneath that wall panel. So we did go ahead and include the subfloor removal. The wall panel removal, as mentioned in the video, needed to be removed. Now, whenever we're removing this panel, if you pay close attention to the video, the vanity needs to be removed in order to properly install a new panel and remove the old panel. So the vanity does need to be removed. Now the vanity is made out of MDF. One thing I'd like to mention is whenever we remove and reinstall MDF, 9 times out of 10, it is broken. It gets broken or it starts cracking. MDF is not the best material, so I did go ahead and include a new vanity, because I know for a fact whenever we remove that old vanity, it is gonna be affected. And again, we do need to remove the vanity, not only for the panel removal, but also for the subfloor removal. And whenever we're removing the floor, obviously we do need to remove the toilet as well. So I went ahead and included the toilet removal. The window trim that's on the door panel, the wall panel, there's some window trim there. I included that. Removal of baseboard, the removal of crown molding. Now, I probably do need to edit that because I forgot to do it for the full floor. I did it just for the affected wall. But in all reality, it all needs to be removed whenever we're removing the LVL. And I mentioned including the toilets. I mentioned earlier in the video, what also need to be removed is the suspended ceiling. And that's because it's, again, behind the panel. Outlets were installed on that panel too, so those panels do need to be removed. No, actually, I did include the rest of the baseboard and the rest of the shoe molding, so I do not need to add that. And we went ahead and included the material for everything that's needed, as well as the labor. So if you have any questions, again, just give me a call. And this pretty much goes over estimate number 2, which was the restroom. Okay, guys, so this is bedroom number 2. In the beginning of the video, I did get confused on which one was bed number 2. So I went ahead and labeled it as bedroom number 3 on the estimate, but I mentioned it as bedroom number 2 in the video. Bedroom number 3 was actually not even inspected in its initial inspection. It actually, whenever going into Mr. Kennedy's house, is actually passing the second restroom's door. So you go into bedroom number 1. Bedroom number 1, first, that door is the restroom. The restroom's in the middle. Passing the second door of the restroom, of the bathroom, is bedroom number 3. Which again, bedroom number 3 is what was mentioned earlier in the video. Bedroom number 2 what was already previously accounted for, which wasn't too much more that we added to get it actually to its original state. Of course, it's just the actual cost of the labor, the actual cost of the paint, stain blockers, and of course just the minor thing that we need, which would be in the estimate, the plastic was taken in consideration, but to be quite frank with you, we don't put plastic on floors. We put paper. The plastic would easily get torn into whenever we have any foot traffic going through there. So we went ahead and put paper instead. Now, on bedroom number 2, which has the affected closet, we left the floor removal and disposal. We left that empty at the moment. Reason why is because we will try our best to repair the closet floor without affecting the rest of the floor, and see if we can get the perfect match for his closet for the oak floor. We need to make sure it's the proper length, the proper thickness and everything to make sure the floor continues it continues smoothly with the rest of the bedroom. Like I mentioned in the video, the closet floor, which was taken into consideration in initial inspection, is continuous, and that's why we currently have that section empty, because we still don't know if we're going to have to really dig into it or not. And that pretty much concludes bedroom number 2. Hey guys, we're currently now in estimate number 4, which is for bedroom number 3. Bedroom number 3 was the one I was talking about, how I was confused. It's the bedroom that wasn't inspected in the initial inspection. It is in the video. In the video, you would see all the panels that were affected, all the suspended ceilings that were affected, and in the video, you can also see where all that soft floor of this, basically subfloor sinking in. So a lot of it you will see already in its video, on the video earlier on the video. And this is a lot of the stuff we would need to get the job done properly. You know, of course, I'd mentioned we need, by the fields of it, we don't know until we dig into it. But by us stepping into that room, we could already tell that I felt like 3 sheets of subfloor did need to be removed. Of course, when removing that subfloor, we do need to remove the vinyl flooring. The wall panel removals I'd mentioned previously. Now, this one doesn't have wallpaper, so I didn't include any wallpaper work in this one. Okay, again, this is suspended ceilings. The suspended ceilings, like mentioned earlier in the video, are behind the behind the panels. So again, removing those wall panels. In order to remove them and to reinstall, we do need to remove the suspended ceilings. Mention as well, you can see water stains on the actual frame of the suspended ceiling. So again, that's why we included a full suspended ceiling replacement. Of course, it's just any of your basic stuff too, material, baseboard, liquid nail to reinstall the baseboard, crown molding, etc. We also use a liquid nail for the subfloors. And all this is just basic material that we need. Of course, when removing the panels, as mentioned, we also do dig into the outlets. So those outlets do need to be removed. When removing the light fixture, we need to reinstall the light fixture, and of course, all that gets affected and mentioned. And all this basic stuff, labor, cost. And of course, we do need some caulking for a lot of the areas. A lot of the areas where we need to reinstall the baseboard trim and everything. Air return, you can see in the video, having water penetration stains on it. So yeah, that pretty much concludes bedroom number 3, estimate number 4. Okay guys, so now we're gonna go over bedroom closet. So this was bedroom closet for bedroom number 2, estimate number 5. Now all the wall, when initially, if I remember correctly, what was taken into consideration was just the ceilings to be removed and having new sheetrock. After I actually went and inspected the sheetrock itself, the sheetrock is it's too soft. Kills will not take care of the damage. So we do need to remove all the sheetrock, the walls and the ceiling. Of course, that will bring down the insulation on that ceiling area. So that concludes why it's 52 square feet. And also the wall, the exterior wall of that closet. Obviously, the insulation will also need to be removed in that area. Of course, we do need to remove baseboard whenever we're removing the oak floors. I mentioned early on the video, I know some oak floor, I believe in the initial inspection, what was being approved was restaining and sanding of the oak floor. But whenever I went out and inspected, the floor was actually did have some water penetration, and it was getting a bit swollen from that, meaning that the floor actually does need to be replaced. Now, the floor, when we're doing a hardwood floor removal, I do like to notate why the $10 a square foot. Hardwood floor is not easy to be removed. It does have a lot of glue, a lot of nails. We do need to resurface the area too to install the new hardwood floor. Explaining the $10 a square foot on that. So hardwood floor is not easy to work with. Of course, it's all just basic stuff that we need to get to. Material. And that pretty much concludes the closet. Now, I mentioned the closet floor is continuous. So whenever we're doing the repair on the closet floor, we may have to dig into the bedroom floor as well. Hey guys, we are currently now on our last estimate number 6, which include a bunch of miscellaneous, includes a few miscellaneous items. To begin with, it does start off with the pod rental. Now, pods aren't cheap. To get one delivered, to actually have the pod at the property, and the pickup fee usually comes out to about $720. Now, we do need a lot of boxes, as you can see in video for bedroom number 3. The video it's said to be bedroom number 2, but it's actually bedroom number 3. We need a lot of boxes to be able to store a lot of Mr. Kennedy stuff, and as well as for bedroom number 1. So that's pretty much what brings the box expense here. The roll-off, we do need a 40 yard. A 40 yard runs us up about $800 for the rental. So we do need a 40 yard in order to be able to fit in all the garbage. Hopefully that's enough to fit in all the debris for the carpets, the floors, the wall panels, and everything that needs to be done for Mr. Kennedy. Now, the furniture manipulation does include both the storage. So whenever we actually move all the furniture to the storage, which the storage should be outside of Mr. Kennedy's house, and back into the house, and boxing everything up. That explains the $875. Now, the pre-job cleaning, this will include all the debris that was left behind on doing all the demolition work, which for the most part is a lot. The mid-job cleaning, this is generally speaking of any debris. We do need to make sure any debris from a compound, from any of the installations, anything that is on the surfaces, to be completely sanded off, if not removed, in order to make sure we have the good enough surfaces to paint. And well, the post-job cleaning, what it usually entitles is getting paper, plastic removed, cleaning that up. A lot of times when removing that, there's a lot of dust that we need to clean off the floor and wipe off the floor. So that will explain the post-job cleaning expense.